How you doing, guys? It's your boy, and it is little after 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time over by me, and I'm bored. I don't really have a lot going on right now. I was dashing earlier, and for anyone that's new to the channel or anyone that hasn't quite kept up with some of the things that have been going on in my personal life, my electric bike motor for the G-Force T7, that's one of the two electric bikes that I have. It's out of commission because I experienced a motor spin out. What does that mean? Essentially, it means the motor is no longer able to propel the bike, which kind of sucks. Usually the first sign is it stutters a little bit. You hear like a crunching sound as you're trying to propel. And that's pretty much what happened. The moment I heard it, I'm like, ah, shit, here we go. I immediately knew because the first time it ever happened to me, it was on my other electric bike, the Auto Juliet. You guys probably haven't seen that bike yet, but I have featured it on my other channel, so not this one. But that bike, same situation happened. At the time, I was like, what the hell is going on here, right? Why is the motor no longer working? So then I had to pretty much pedal a 120+ pound bike back to the house, a couple miles. Not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it kind of sucked. Imagine trying to pedal with your own force, right? Your own bodily force, a 120-pound bike. No bueno, as I usually say. Now, the same thing pretty much happened with my G-Force T7 bike. That's the bike that you guys have been seeing in my videos thus far. The same thing happened. When I heard it, I immediately knew what it was, and I was like, God damn it already? You know? Like, the thing is, the company claims that it's a long-lasting motor, like 3 to 7 years. But this was like 7 months, you know? I mean, I understand that I push my bikes pretty hard, you know, the way that the king of Tetris likes to load the bikes up with a bunch of stuff, like case packs of water, case packs of soda. But, you know, I don't know. I digress. But I contacted the manufacturer about that, and still haven't heard back from them yet. It's been a couple days now, but hopefully they'll get back to me on that. I'm going to keep bugging them. I did send them another email this morning letting them know I did not hear from them, which is unusual because the last time I had a problem with the G-Force bike, they did get back to me, reasonably fast, like within 24 to 48 hours, give or take. And it was actually regarding an issue that I was having with the first battery. The charger with it wasn't working. The charger port stopped functioning properly. The key ignition wasn't welded correctly, so it came right off. They basically just sent me a brand new battery, and that would have costed me like $800, $900. So the fact they were willing to do that tells me they are willing to send me a new motor. I just got to be patient. Patience is a virtue. And ultimately, that means until I get both of these bikes back on the road, I'm going to have to suck it up and keep using my mountain bike, which I did recently purchase. Dynacraft Gauntlet. Yeah, that's the name of the bike. Dynacraft Gauntlet. It's a 24-inch bike. It's got a red frame. It's beautiful. Very nice looking bike. And I've basically just been using that bike to do some dashing. Now, I haven't pedaled a mountain bike in a couple of years. So some of those instincts, some of that cardiovascular endurance of using a mountain bike are taking some time to get back, especially since for anyone else that's new here, I did get injured a couple of weeks ago. I feel tremendously since, to the point where I don't need to use a cane to walk anymore, and I can actually pedal a bike with reasonable force. So that's how I've been getting around the past couple of days. This is my second official day of doing that. So, you know, it does limit the amount of orders I can get, and it limits the amount of time that I can spend, the amount of distance I can travel. So I have made some modifications to my strategy. That way I can still continue to get some work done. Now, obviously, I'm not making as much money, but it's okay. We'll make do. Because another thing that I was working on too, it has to do with the Auto Juliet bike. I did receive a new motor for that bike a while back after putting in the inquiry about that. But they didn't send me spokes, which is stupid, right? I needed spokes too, because that bike has 4 broken spokes, and they're on the same side. They're 12G, 137 millimeters. So I had to submit an inquiry about that too. They are out of stock with them according to their distributor, whatever, but oh well. They did send me a couple listings of the ones they have. I should have gotten them sooner in retrospect, but oh well, it's okay. I did order them, and it cost like almost $50, which is bullshit. Plus, it's coming from China. It's going to take weeks to get it, but it does say anywhere between January 10th and the 22nd, so fingers crossed it's more like the 10th. But in the meantime, I did come up with another potential solution for that bike. So I ordered 138 millimeter spokes. I only needed 4. It came as a pack of 20 that I can get by Monday. Now, you are technically supposed to use the same size spokes on one side and then use the same size spokes of the corresponding size on the other. But it's only 4, so I think I can get away with it. I'm going to try it out, and that'll basically turn into another live stream opportunity as well. Sort of like a bike reconstruction, if you will. That would be for my Juliet bike. If I get the spokes by Monday, which is what Amazon claims, even though they are 1 millimeter larger than they're supposed to be, that could work in the meantime while I wait on the correct size spokes. So then when I get those spokes in the mail, then I could swap them out. Because motor lacing is not that difficult to do, right? Essentially, you just have to follow the pushing spokes, pulling spokes pattern where one overlaps the other. You just have to follow it along the rim with the motor because it's a hub motor, right? It's a rear hub motor. So that's how you lace a bicycle rim like that. But the 4 spokes, they're the exact same size, the 137 millimeter. It's on the one side. It's on the side with the freewheel because generally speaking, they'll put larger spokes on the side of the freewheel of the bike to make room for the freewheel. So yeah, there's that. But I'm also waiting for the motor for GeForce T7. Well, I'm actually waiting for them to get back to me on that. That'll probably take a couple weeks, but assuming that this plan B actually works, I should be able to get my Iota Juliet bike back on the road by either the end of the 6th or early 7th. So that's only a few days away. And if that does wind up being true, then I've only got a few more days to just suck it up and use the mountain bike to try to get as much work as I realistically can. And I started vlogging these days with me working on the mountain bike as well. That way it's more content, more watch hours to put in my watch hour list. And speaking of watch hour list, I will put a playlist in the comment section. It's a full watch hour list. It's all the longer content that I've made on this channel so far. And I know I got a couple people like Colleen binging it so far, so that's great. But I'll put a link in the chat as well. That way you guys can just highlight it, copy it, watch it later after we're done streaming. I don't want to make this stream all that long today because I do have a couple editing projects that I'm going to be working on tonight, but I figure I really got nothing to do right now. I'm pretty much just chilling out for this afternoon. I took Lucy for a walk for a little bit when I got back home, so she's all good to go with that. Let's see. Watch our full playlist. So I'll link that in the chat. You guys can check it out if you want some time. It's this right here. Like I said, it's just a full playlist, all the longer content that I've been making on this channel thus far. So you're more than welcome to watch it, binge it. Even if you don't want to like watch it directly, you can just mute it, run it, just run it repeatedly in the background. The public watch hours add up because, as some of you guys may or may not know by now, I'm also on the road to monetizing this channel. Can I pull it off? I think I can, because I definitely have some pretty supportive people here, right? Chuck from Dashing Across America, Mary from Mary's Gigs, Sunny from Sunny Cornsicles, as I like to call her, Sunny Chronicles. She's also on the road to monetizing her channel too. She's a little under 500 subs now. I think she needs about 30, give or take. So we'll definitely show some love for Sunny as well. I'm sure some of the people in this chat already are sub to Sunny Cornsicles, but I'll still throw a link in the chat for her as well. I need to get a Nightbot. I got to talk to Mary about that, see how she sets it up. I don't know if it's with Discord or not. But either way, Sunny is at, oh, look at that. Sunny's at 469 subs. So 31 more subs. Sunny Chronicles. So I'll link her profile in the chat as well. And then another person, The Grind with Nicole. She's live right now. She's doing nails. I was in her chat for a little bit too. Maybe I'll run her live on my phone, or maybe I'll run in the background. Okay, yeah. I'll have that playing for a little bit. Now, Nicole, she does have enough subscribers to get monetized, but she needs public watch hours. So you guys want to check her out. Public watch hours. I'll put a link in the chat for that too. So let's see. Let's see. Public watch hour grind for Nicole. Something like that. I don't know. So there's one for Sunny. And there's the other one for Nicole. So if you guys want to check out their channel sometime, that'd be hella dope. So in the meantime, let's see who's here so far. Yes, I am live right now, Ulf. Just sort of a last minute thing, right? I know a lot of people in this gig space, they don't always plan when they're going live or specifically advertise when they're going live. I'm trying it out for myself, seeing what happens. I know this is a pretty dead time of day, you know, between 2 and 5. I mean, that's like the no man's land with people working, people living, but I got some downtime before I do my editing projects today. British short hair forever. Actually, while I'm at it, live 2. There we go. Cool. See if we get some people coming over here as well. So it says there's 3 people here. Who's showing up so far? So our buddy Ulf, British short hair forever. Yes, certainly. But yeah, I'm going to be, I actually wrapped up filming for the Timothy Toyo video, Mr. Ulf. So I'm going to be editing the footage. Well, I actually started doing some of the editing earlier. I might be able to get that done by tonight, have the video out tomorrow, give or take. I have a couple other videos to edit as well. I'm sort of taking my time with that, not rushing it, not pushing it too much, but I do have some more downtime while I'm still using the mountain bike. So we'll see. And Tornado Garden is here. What's going on, Tornado Garden? And let's see. Mountain bike is inspired by mountain lions. That's a good question. I'm curious. Might as well type it in. See. Ooh, I got an idea. Let's go to Chat GPT. I'll read off what it says. Are mountain bikes inspired by mountain lions? Okay. Okay, this is what ChatGPT says. Not exactly. Mountain bikes and mountain lions might both thrive in rugged natural environments, but the inspiration behind mountain bikes has more to do with terrain than animals. Mountain bikes were developed in the 1970s and 1980s by cycling enthusiasts looking to create bikes capable of handling off-road trails, steep descents, and rough terrain. Their design, featuring sturdy frames, wide tires, and advanced suspension systems, was inspired by the need to navigate challenging landscapes, much like mountain lions are naturally adapted to such environments. While the term mountain in mountain bike might evoke thoughts of mountain lions, it primarily refers to the type of terrain the bike is built for. So, hope that makes sense, Ulf. That's Chat GPT with mountain bikes versus mountain lions. Are British short hairs exposed for being lazy? Yes, they are. I think yeah, I said hi to Tornado Garden. Anyway, what's going on, Tornado Garden? Glad you're here. Let's see. You heard a British short hair meow, now sounded like a singer on whiskey. I don't know what that means, Ulf, but sure, we'll roll with it. Epic 101 sounds amazing. Take your time. Yeah. Yep, that video is going to be out before you know it, and it'll be a good one. And what do we got? Mama loves you. Tornado Garden sent me. What's going on? What's going on, Mama loves you? And then we got Star Dashians here. What's going on, Star? Good to see you. Let's see. Zenda. Oh, yeah, you're in Nicole's chat, if I'm correct. Yes, you're in Nicole's chat. Am I dashing? No. So I was dashing earlier. I'm pretty much just at the house right now. I got the green screen running behind me. And it's one of those backrest type of green screens. You put it on the back of a chair, and you can basically just have green screen going on right behind you as you sit behind your chair. It's pretty dope. And I figure use some of the AI artwork that my buddy Ulf, he's in the chat too. He helps supply AI artwork for whatever YouTube project I feel like doing. This channel, my music channel, my main channel, doesn't really matter. He helps me with that. So good stuff. You could probably see British Shorthair Nation. That's one of Ulf's signatures. British short hairs. You know those cats? They're cute. Lila had a dream, or Lilia, my bad. Lilia had a dream, so she sleep talked. That's what happens. Yeah, Lucy does that sometimes. Whenever I'm watching over Lucy and like I sit in her room with her until she falls asleep, because yeah, I tuck Lucy into bed at night. She needs that, you know. Like she might be snoring, she might like make little sounds, twitch her body. It's like I can tell she's dreaming, so it's cute. First time I have ever seen you live. Well, this will not be the last. I did go live yesterday. I know some people missed out on it, but it's okay. I put the replays on my channel as well. Just go to the live tab of my channel. You can watch replays if you want. Now, that's another good way to help me get public watch hours if you feel so inclined to do so. Again, you can hit mute, just run it in the background. It'll play. Again, if you want, right? Those are all just really cool ways to help support the channel because, like I said, we're going to get monetized this year, baby, right? No more dicking around. No more whatever else, right? No defeatist mentality and be like, oh, well, it's never going to happen to you, Mike, so why even try? No, fuck that shit. I've been telling myself that way too long, and I'm basically just putting my foot down and be like, no, get off your ass and let's get monetized this year. So that's what we're doing. Your arms are huge. Well, in the picture, sure. In real life, I wouldn't really say that's my strongest muscle group. Never really was. I will give you a shout out, help you grow, man. Well, I appreciate that, Star. Much obliged. Let's see. Would you rescue, adopt a British short hair? What about Lilia? Sure. You know, as long as I have enough aside to, you know, take care of, or as long as I have enough aside financially to be the guardian of another animal, you know. Ninja Eli. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Happy British short hair, long new year. Thank you. Help him grow arms on the channel or the channel. No, I think they're talking about the artwork behind me. I think that's what they mean. But I don't really care that much. It's whatever. What do we got? Beer Can Museum commented on a video. Oh, the corn, the corn tortillas. Yeah, in one of my videos, there's this Family Guy meme where this lady's at this concession stand for like tacos, right? She's at a taco stand. She's like, tacos, hot tacos here. And then the other person is like, ooh, are those tacos or whatever it was exactly? And then she's like, you better believe they're tacos. It's the way that they're pronouncing taco, like taco. So I think that's Wisconsin, bag the cashier, bag the tacos with the cashier, cashier bag the tacos. So, so I got that meme from Family Guy, and then I recreated it myself, which was a little more exaggerated. Like I'm flailing my arms, and just I got the stupid looking green screen in the background. So I could probably play it for a second if you guys want. Let's see. Fran's here. What's going on, Fran? What is your strongest muscle? Um, so realistically, it's my legs. Now, not right now because of the injury I had a couple weeks ago, but historically, it's been my legs. I'm definitely, yeah, I'm lower body dominant for sure. Right. I got those wide hips and big bones, the big femurs and wide hips. That's ideal for having big legs. But it also makes your waist look wider than it actually is, too. So it's not really the most ideal. But I don't care. Right. I don't care. I mean, at one point, I was really pushing my squats in the gym. I could show you guys a little sample of that, too, if you want. But yeah, I'll show you the other one. Let me see. Yeah, before I share the screen, let me pop up the clip. Your browser has blocked your screen. Well, fuck you then. Okay, me. Workout videos. Let's make sure. I got the grind with Nicole running in the background, trying to help her out with public watch hours, you know? I mean, as long as you're playing people's videos, even if it doesn't matter if you're actually engaging with it, just run the video. Helps with the watch hours. Okay. I think I can play it on this screen. All right, share. There we go. Okay. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, this was from last year. This is what was it? Late May. So I'll show you guys my squat. This is my all-time best squat I've ever done. It's 405 pounds or 183.72 kilograms. There you go. Lightweight, baby. So there we go. I'd also say probably my back is pretty strong too. Because I was able to like deadlift and do barbell rows, pretty decent weights too. But definitely lower body dominant, I would say. Just how I'm built. I don't know. But I digress, not to brag. I'm not that impressive, but oh well. Let's see. What state are you in? I am in Florida. I wasn't born in Florida. I was born on Long Island, New York. But I live in Florida. And more specifically, Titusville, Florida. That's where I do my DoorDash stuff. So, hope that answers your question, Fran. Accent's familiar. Yeah, New England, right? Long Island, New York. That's where I'm from. Get back into the gym, grow lots of muscles. Doing them. You cheeky guy. You cheeky. But yeah, you got some good stuff going on, Ulf. You're getting big. You're getting swole. You're getting jacked. Good stuff, man. 10 more subs. 10 more subs. Heck yeah, guys. Definitely appreciate the support so far. Can we get to 100 by today? Can we pull it off? I put a poll in the chat. You guys want to vote? Can we get to 100 by today? Man, that would be freaking lit. When I guest when Chuck guest featured me, I got like 20 something, 25 subscribers just from that alone. That was freaking awesome, man. I definitely appreciated it. Hanging in there. How are you and your crazy coworker? Oh, okay. I think you're talking to someone else. Did you know that British short hair are big cats? Yes, they are chunky. What brought me to Florida? I was talking about it a little bit yesterday, but I still don't fully know why. I do remember that my great-grandparents were visiting down here. I think they were looking for a place to live or they were vacationing. I'm not exactly sure. But essentially, we found a nice house for all of us. I think it was like 4 bedrooms, couple bathrooms, and it had like a big, like above ground pool in the backyard on a nice neighborhood. This was Spring Hill, Florida. So this is the West Coast. Excuse me. This is the West Coast of Florida. So we moved from New York to there back in 2004. It's been over 20 years ago now. And I've been in Florida ever since. We did move over to the East Coast, and then I stayed on the East Coast, but I eventually moved out. I'm in Titusville, Florida. I've been here for over 5 years now, going on 6. So why exactly, or what exactly brought us to Florida, I don't fully remember, but that's what I can recall. Yeah, about 9 years old. How long have I been vegan? I've been vegan for almost 5 years. Yeah, no, it's been about 5 years now. So yeah, about half a decade. And if you're wondering too, I am making another channel that has more to do with that topic in particular. So, are British short hair clumsy? Well, from the looks of some of the videos you sent me off, guess Lily is maybe a little clumsy sometimes. I don't know. Oh, you're in Jacksonville. Okay. How's that area, Jacksonville? I hear it's a pretty good place to do DoorDash. I'm in Titusville, Florida, so that's about a half-hour drive from Orlando. So it's east of Orlando. So right in the Space Coast area. So that's where Titusville is at. It's like the northernmost city on the East Coast. Not East Coast, the Space Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Then you got like Edgewater. You got whatever that next city is. I think it's Edgewater. Yeah, Edgewater. Something like that. But it's about a 30-minute drive from Orlando. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I'd like to get to Orlando sometime so I can at least dash my bike around once I get my bikes back on the road. See how that goes for me, you know? That'd be cool. I'll definitely turn that into a vlog or 2 or 69. We'll see. If British short hairs were hybrid with human or human, would they be good bodybuilders? If not, they were exposed for being lazy. Well, they'd probably be good bodybuilders, but they might not necessarily be fit, as in like doing cardio. They probably skip cardio if I had to guess. Did you know that Bikin Frissy? Is it Bikin, right? Hold on. Let me type that in. Bikin pronunciation. Oh, Bichon Frisé. That's a century-old dog. You mean century-old as in like... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let me check out the Wikipedia. Because, you know, Wikipedia, the most reliable source in the history of all time ever made. It was recognized by some canine society in France in 1933. Association with European nobility began 13th century. Oh, so this goes back even further than that, huh? Yeah, I've seen these dogs around. I think I have some neighbors that have a couple of them. So, Never been to Titusville. Well, Titusville is really nothing special. Essentially, it's the segue from Orlando to NASA, right? The Space Center, because the Space Center is like, I think 35 minutes away from me. It's pretty close. So basically, it runs on the same road, Cheney Highway, which crosses over eastward towards Merritt Island. So basically, the Orlando drivers go from Orlando to the Space Center, and Titusville is right in between. I mean, Titusville is growing as far as like the amount of people, the amount of stores, the amount of opportunities for DoorDash drivers. The problem is that the overall income and wealth of people hasn't really kept up much. There's a lot of broke ass bitches here. I'm one of them, so I have the right to say that. But I digress. Look up if there are British short hairs that need homes. Well, I'm sure there are. You know, I'm sure there are. All right, looks like Fran's got to drop out. That's okay. Let's see. Drop off your son, your mom's while you're at lunch. Have a good one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Fran. Hope to see you next time. British short hairs have big bones, good for bodybuilding, probably skip cardio. So the whole like big bone thing is debatable because I've heard in some bodybuilding circles that having smaller joints is actually ideal for muscle volume, relative muscle volume. Like if you have small wrists, for example, or you have small ankle bones or something, or you have small femurs. Some of these bodybuilding gurus I've seen, they claim that it opens up more room for muscle to occupy. Now, how true is that? I'm not sure. But you can look at some of the like all-time best bodybuilders, and they seem to have relatively small joints while not having like crazy wide waists. Because that's another thing too, is like big boned bodybuilders seem to pack on more overall mass, but they're not as shapely, like having like streamlined waists or like wide flaring lats relative to a small waist. But I don't know. Small forearms. Well, forearms is a very stubborn muscle. It's one of those like slow twitch fiber dominant type muscles. It just needs a lot of extra dedicated training unless you have like Popeye forearm genetics. So I don't know. Sanely small wrists, small forearms. Well, if anything, man, just add some more volume to your forearm training, and that should at least help to some extent. You might need to start pulling heavier too. Like maybe getting some heavier pulls in your training. Like you can try rack pulls, for example, or you can try towel holds. I don't know if you've heard of that one, but essentially you get a barbell, or you can load up the barbell, and you just put like hand towels around it, and then you can do holds, or you can do farmer's carries with it. That pretty much takes a lot of some of the stabilizer fibers from the biceps and just makes it all about forearms, right? So you can try that too if need be. So I don't know. Let's see. Rody sent me an offer. I'm not working anymore today. Legs are tired out. But Rody sent me a gig for $7. It's within Cocoa. No, I don't think so. No way, Jose, because for me to get there, I'd have to ride at least 10 miles. And it's like, you think I'm going to do 10 miles on a bike, a mountain bike? No. I didn't even want to do 10 miles on an electric bike, so fuck that. Neutral pull-ups, T-bar row, no chest supported, single arm. Those 4 will do more about lats, but still grow it all. Yeah. So always remember, you got to look at exercises biomechanically, right? What are the main functions happening with the exercises? So if you look at lat pull downs, you will experience some degree of scapular retraction where the shoulders come back, but the primary function, as we know, is scapular depression, right? So you're starting in a scapular elevated position with a lat pull down or a pull up. But as you initiate the movement, depress. And then you're getting that shoulder extension where the shoulders go back behind you. But secondarily, you're also getting that shoulder retraction, scapular retraction. So it's being able to identify the main biomechanics of an exercise and then coming to the conclusion of, oh, all right, well, based on these mechanics, these are the muscle groups being worked. And then if you modify your positioning of those exercises, how can you get it to emphasize different areas differently? Like, for example, a very wide grip, like a relatively wide grip with pull-ups or lat pull downs, will get a lot of that teres major. So that upper part just below the armpit, like the outer part of just behind the armpit. That helps just create additional flare with right above the lat. So it's not technically the lat, it's right above it. It's just occupying below the rotator cuff. We know the rotator cuff has 4 different muscles to it, including the rear deltoid and the teres minor. Those are 2 of the muscles for that. So even though a wide grip pull up or a wide grip lat pull down is still primarily working the lats, and you're still getting those biomechanics of scapular depression, shoulder extension, lesser degree scapular, you know what I mean? You are still being able to emphasize different parts differently. Scapular retraction. I mean, again, like, this channel is mainly Mike the Bike Dasher. As far as fitness stuff, that will primarily be focused on a separate channel. But, you know, I know YouTube is relatively slow right now, so don't mind as much right now. Lower back, not so good today. Need to grow it. Well, you got to remember too, man, like, you know, you got that lower back injury, so you can only push it so much, you know? And I know you're working with your physiotherapist with that stuff, but just be careful, right? Sometimes you might have to work, like sometimes, we've experienced this thus far, right? Sometimes you just have to do workarounds and only go as far as the muscle will tolerate. You like single arm row on the cable station when you get the insane stretch. See, that's another thing too, right? You can always look at exercises differently where it's like, does it focus more on the stretch? Does it focus more on the contraction? A lot of that just comes down to looking at the resistance curve, the overall positioning, the start position, the end position, and that can help you identify. Those 4 I chose have different angles and grips. Yeah, so even though biomechanically they're very similar exercises, they're all emphasizing different different areas differently. So that's definitely a good thing. And we got Sunny Cornsicles. What's going on, Sunny? How you doing? You getting ready for work? As for your boy, I'm not working anymore today. I already did my work earlier. I don't know how much you've been keeping up with my channel, Sunny, but my e-bike, the mower gave out a couple days ago. So I'm waiting on parts to get both my bikes fixed, get both my bikes back on the road. I might be able to get one of them back on the road by Monday or Tuesday, if the part I ordered works. It is 1 millimeter larger than what the manufacturer claimed, but I might be able to get away with it, hopefully. Otherwise, I have to wait longer. That's no bueno, but gotta do what you gotta do. Just basically been using the mountain bike that I recently purchased to keep working. And I know that you're aware of the injury I had a couple of weeks ago. I can only, like, I'm able to ride the mountain bike just fine, right? But, you know, legs, they need some time to recover because they have lost some strength, they've lost some endurance, but it's okay. I'll get there. All right, looks like Nicole's still live. That's cool. Yeah, I popped into Nicole's live earlier. I was saying some puns. You're going to nail it. And then I told a couple other jokes. I tried calling a nail salon but they didn't answer. So Lee, I left a message after the acetone, but and then I left another one. I saw a small bottle of moisturizing oil. It was very cuticle. So I got you. Haven't been seen much in lives, but I've been hopping around listening. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, the lack of chat, I still, I'll still reiterate anyway, because, I know that you have a live stream running in the background, but you're also working or doing something else. So I know it can be easy to miss details or whatever. Can't wait for my upper pole focus day tomorrow. I chose the easier back exercises for Saturday because it's the day after leg day with RDL, etc. So single arm row, single arm lat pull down. No, that's good, because we know that as effective as the primary compound exercises are, better bang for your buck, more muscle regions, working more biomechanics of the body, they can also be more taxing and tiring. And so, like, if someone had a program of nothing but that, and they had a shit ton of it in their program, and then they wonder why they get so exhausted all the time, it's like, you're doing too much, right? Just pick a few that focus on different regions of the body, build your program around them, and then give yourself some more refinement type exercises, like a lat pull down, like a cable row, like a pec deck, or just something that you can get some easier volume and help refine certain areas that you want to train, if that is your training goals, because I know not everyone has bodybuilding aspirations or like huge muscle aspirations, even strength, whatever, right? But for the people that do. All right, let's see. Going out soon, how to get groceries, prepare for the upcoming storm this weekend. Yeah, good luck with the storm. Stay safe. Hope you don't lose power. Hope it doesn't set you back too much. No, it's okay, Sonny. It's fine. I mean, running the stream in the background, I mean, that's already great in of itself. Help your boy making those public watch hour gains. Because, yes, we're getting monetized, baby. Someday. Hopefully this year. That's my New Year's resolution, monetizing this channel. And we're going to bump you up too, Sonny. I put a link in the chat for people to sub to you. Sure, some of these people already do, but see what happens. You're at 469 last I checked, so you got the 6'9" in your subscribers. So heck yeah, good to see. I'm also running the grind with Nicole. I'm running her in the background too. And if you guys need proof, if you guys need evidence to substantiate the claim, here we are. So yeah. So I got Nicole running in the background, just doing some nails. She is nailing it. Pun intended. If you pick a few, you're more to change to later on as well. Yep. I mean, that's why I was emphasizing to you too, which I know you caught on to, was having a roster, right? Because you never know if you get bored of certain exercises you're doing, or you're just plateauing with progress, and you've been doing it for a very, very long time, or you're starting to experience some wear and tear, like, aching wrists or your shoulders kind of pinch. Swapping it out with something else that works those biomechanics just differently, and something to try out instead. Sweet, Ulf. Thanks. So, 30 more to go. You're going to be streaming later on, Sonny? I know you stream pretty much like every day. If you are, I will be there. Yeah, plateau and get bored. Need to change my program 2 times a year at least. I mean, that's fair. I mean, you figure your average mesocycle can last anywhere between like 4 to 8 weeks on average. And you can either continue to do that mesocycle, or you can do a new mesocycle, or you can just make some modifications and have a mesocycle to follow up with that one that looks quite similar. The mesocycle just being the overall program with its goals, with its objectives within a certain period of time. If you want to change mesocycle where, like, you know, there's some kind of different goal per mesocycle, you can look at that as like periodization, where it's like it can undulate, it can be non-linear, it can be linear, periodization, etc., etc. Yada, yada, yada. Cue the Seinfeld meme. You know, whatever helps you keep just keep making progress. Because once you're no longer a beginner in the gym, linear progression with everything doesn't always work. Some things you might be able to get away with, like, you know, oh well, just add another rep to the set, or add another set, or add 2 to 5 pounds, add 2 to 5 kilograms per week. As an absolute beginner with some kind of well-designed and focused program with some kind of goals, that can work for a while. Or like if you've been detrained and then you get back to training, then you can try linear periodization again. But after a while, you have to start using more advanced techniques to keep going, which you and I were doing, right? We were trying some different techniques, allowing you to keep making progress in the gym when simply just adding weight to the bar or adding weight to the pin was no longer working just by itself. Utilizing more advanced techniques like nonlinear progression, for example. Noise. I will be there. And actually, while you're here, Sonny, while you are here, I will throw you a... Oh, wow, we're at 92 subs now. Sweet. We got 8 more to go, guys. Can we hit 100 by today? Can we hit 100? All you got to do, share my channel, get people over here. But yeah, I'm going to give Sonny a wrench. And Sonny, whenever I'm live and you want to announce that you're going live or whatever, you're welcome to. That's fine. I trust you. I gave that to Mary as well. Let me see. Oh, here we are. Cool. All right. Let us give you the wrench. All right. Sonny's got a wrench. Let's see. How else are we doing? Some other stuff. Yeah, it looks like that last 69 recovery road video I made is doing decent. It actually has the most views in the series. Well, actually second most. No, wait, third most, because people are actually watching the stuff now. Hooray! Good stuff. Definitely appreciate it, guys. I mean, that's all you got to do, man. Just take the playlist, run it. You don't even have to watch it or give a fuck about what's going on. Just run the playlist. We got those public watch hours, baby. Oh, Sonny, do you have a playlist? Dost thou hast a playlist? If you do, I'll run it in the background too. Checking out Nicole. Yeah, she's got a couple playlists. I guess I can run them too. I'll run them after her live. Just so I'm not overloading my computer too much. I mean, for reference, I use a gaming computer, so it can definitely handle multitasking well. But I was pushing the clock speed a little too much a while ago, and I actually had to do a reset for this computer. So now I'm being a little more cautious with how much I run at once. But otherwise, it runs pretty phenomenally. I mean, as of me starting live streams again yesterday, there's been no buffers from what I've seen anyway with the live streams, plus the internet helps too. So that sort of thing definitely makes me feel more inspired on the whole to do more live streams. Plus, I know that I have to live stream to get more watch hours, and we know we got to get watch hours to get the channel monetized, because YouTube Shorts is bullshit. Right? 3 million views in 90 days. Who the fuck is doing that unless you get a viral hit? Or even better, right? 10 million in 90 days to get the actual monetization. Again, who the hell is doing that, right? That's like YouTube buying like 2 Bitcoins when Bitcoin is already $100,000. It's like, what the hell are you thinking, right? You're betting on something that clearly, where the odds are clearly against you. It's no. So public watch hours is better. That's a much more realistic goal, in my opinion. But yeah, let me go to Sunny's channel real quick. And what do we have for playlists? Okay, she's got a live playlist. Yeah, Sunny's got some other playlists here too. Yeah, I'll be running a couple of your playlists. That should help bump up your watch hours. I know it's really the subs more than anything, but we'll bump up your watch hours too. Let me actually pull one of them out. Ooh, how about gig apping? Yeah, your work vlogs. Yeah, let's do that one. All right, so I will get a link. Here we are. All right, let's see. WL playlist Sunny Chronicles. There we go. So here's the link for one of her playlists. She's got a bunch of them on here, but I chose this one because it's pre-recorded work vlogs, which I think are pretty cool. So just run that and use that as a segue to go to Sunny's channel. There's more playlists. Just run them. Bump up those public watch hours for Sunny. There was a new channel that got 500,000 views and like 20,000 subs in 2 weeks. I think he's buying the subs and views. Yeah, that is very, very sus. I mean, it's actually easy to buy subs. Hell, like I'll type in like buy YouTube subs, and I'm sure there's going to be a link immediately. Oh yeah, here we go. So Prodvigate. Yeah, Prodvigate. Let me share the screen real quick. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Right? Website where you can buy subs. There's probably more shit here too, right? Get real views and subscribers. Wow. Holy moly. Let me yeah, there we go. Wow, look at that. Real views. Sure. I could definitely trust this shady ass website for real views, real subscribers. No. No way, Jose. It would be expensive. Yeah, it would be. But yeah, the thing too is like I know YouTube is pretty big about tracking down IPs. So if you have like an obvious IP, you're not using like a VPN, and then you're buying subscribers, and then you wonder why your channel gets deleted. It's like you didn't use a VPN. So duh. I mean, I'm not condoning that. Don't get me wrong. That's not a direct incitement to do that. I'm just saying if you did, but hey, you didn't hear that from me. Because no, I did not buy subs. Otherwise, I'd have a lot more subscribers. Because no, it's not worth it to me. Need to update, redo the playlist. Recently started categorizing playlists by the month. Yeah, so I sort of changed up my playlist strategy with my channel. So let me go to content real quick. Yeah, I pretty much just got rid of the playlist where I had all the shorts because nobody watches them. Shorts don't do that well on my channel. I still make shorts anyway because you never know if they can be a segue for some people to actually tune into my channel. Like, if they like shorts more than longer content, but maybe they're curious about longer content that someone might be making. That does happen. But realistically, most of my subscribers seem to have come from the longer content and, you know, that feature that Chuck had for me on his channel. So I really just stick with that. But I'm also live streaming more, right? This is the second day in a row trying to up my game with the live streams, because I know Mary said like 80 public watch hours per week, and you figure 52 weeks in a year. That makes sense, but god damn, that's a lot of live streaming. That's a lot of live streaming, especially since I also make content, and I'm trying to honor at least once a week. Although with some of these circumstances that I've been experiencing, the frequency has increased. I'm going to be putting out some new videos of me dashing on a mountain bike, and I'm going to keep putting those vlogs out until I get my bikes fixed. At least one of the bikes. We'll see what happens with that. And just sort of like rapid succession type content. But otherwise, I'm mainly trying to honor at least once a week with pre-recorded content, and then live streaming more. But we'll see. The other thing too is, since there's tons of people in this community also live streaming, and a lot of the time they're live streaming around the same time as each other, it kind of feels like a rat race to get those viewers and watch hours in a way. But I also, I understand that's part of it. So it's all good. Besides, if you're like me, you might even be streaming multiple people at once and just flipping back and forth, running them in the background. So, I mean, do that with me too, man. Do that with me too. If you guys aren't already doing that, do that with me too. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, chatting also helps with engagement. Engagement can help with the algorithm, but, the watch hours, big deal. Let's see. Your gym only has 40 kg dumbbells as the highest weight. I will surpass that with incline dumbbell bench press, but after that, maybe I have to change gyms. My wrists don't like barbells. Well, you could do that. Is there a machine in your gym that is similar to bench press? Like, you know what I'm talking about, the chest press machine. So not the pec deck, but the actual chest press machine. Do you have one of those in your gym? If you have one of them, you can probably go for that if you max out on the incline dumbbell press, which I think you will. I think you'll get there. But if anything, too, you can also try going for like significantly higher volume, like maybe sets of 12 to 15 reps plus. But, we'll see. BRB, that's fine, Sony. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see that being worth doing, buying subs and viewers. Plus, people catch on, right? People do catch on. Like, someone has thousands of subscribers, but yet they get like 2 or 3 comments in a video. They get like 50 or 60 views in a video. That's very sus. I've seen that on some people. Like, Riley. Riley was doing that with his YouTube channel. He was claiming that, like, he was working with someone to help him get subscribers. No, he was buying subs, dude. Right? He had, like, 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. But yet only, like, 5 or 6 people would show up to his streams a lot of the time. And he'd only get, like, 30, 40, 50 views in a video. It's like, how the hell do you have so many subscribers, but yet you're getting so little engagement, so little viewership? Because you're buying subscribers. And look, if you want to buy subscribers, don't fucking lie about it. That's all I ask. Don't lie about it. Just be like, hey, I bought subscribers to help create this little push for my channel, right? If you did that, I would have a lot more respect for you and be like, okay, well, even though I don't agree with that decision, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your transparency. But no, people have to just flat out lie about it and be like, oh no, I'm just working with people that are helping promote my channel. Or, oh, well, and then they don't have an explanation. It's like, dude, I'm on to you. I know what you're doing. You're buying subscribers and you're so full of shit. You're trying to lie and act as if I was born yesterday. But I wasn't born yesterday. I was born the day before yesterday. So, no. I don't buy that. Literally and figuratively speaking. Again, I understand why people buy subscribers. I understand why people buy views and likes and shit. Just don't fucking lie about it. That's it. That's all I ask. Just don't lie about it. There's a chest press machine, but it hurts my wrists. Last time I tried, did insane volume. Could do flies before presses too. So like so I guess in a way you're thinking like pre-exhaustion possibly, maybe, or as a way to get more of a pump in that area. That way, surrounding muscles like triceps and shoulders don't take over. I mean, that's pretty strategic. Because I know chest is like the number one area that I know you're trying your damnedest to grow, and I get it, man. I mean, it's grown so far. It's going to keep growing. It's a stubborn muscle, right? Lagging muscle groups are weak, right? They're stubborn. They have to take extra steps and measures to grow. So I get it. But yeah, try that machine again if you haven't recently with, the added guidance and recommendations for me, and it might feel better for you. Yeah, I think it would. Because the thing is, like, I remember you telling me about like the training to failure, the drop sets with like a shit ton of stuff in your program. It's like the exercises you were doing were good exercises, right? The exercises you're doing now are also good exercises. And technically, I don't think there's any inherently bad exercise. It's just how you program it. It's just how you integrate it with what you're doing, whether or not you're following its biomechanics, whether or not you're making modifications to make it more effective. Now, I do also believe that some exercises are more effective than others for different reasons, but I think with the modifications and guidance that you've gotten thus far, an exercise like that would be more effective. So when in doubt, try it out, see what happens. If you get bored of some of your other chest exercises, or maybe if you're looking for another replacement once you've maxed out on dumbbells with incline bench press. Is incline barbell chest press versus flat barbell chest press different for the wrist? Man, somebody keeps calling me. It's spam. Whatever. Anyway, is it different for the wrist? Not really. It's more about the elbow position than anything. Because you figure when you're flat, there's less torque on your elbows, right? You have to create a little bit of torque with your shoulder and your elbow in an inclined position. Oh, looks like the signal is dropping out a little bit. All right, can that go away? Yeah, just give me a second. The signal is unstable. How does it look on my part? Okay, the signal's coming back a bit. Yeah, why is it dropping out now? Okay, it looks like it's better now. How does it look on my end? Okay, I guess it's not as bad now. Okay. Yeah, that was the first time I've seen the signal drop out in these live streams after that storm situation. Oh, well, it's okay. Not a big deal. Anyway, but yeah, what I was saying before is it's not really about... Okay, let's try that again. It's not really about the wrist, because if you're not cucking the wrist, it remains in the same position, right? Neutral. So don't cuck your wrists, whether it's flat or incline. You keep your wrists neutral. The main difference between the two exercises has to do with the positioning of the elbow and shoulder, right? So when you're flat, well, your shoulder and your elbow are pretty much aligned, right? But you have to create, here we go. But if you're on incline, you have to create torque. So it's pretty subtle. It's doable. It's not a bad thing, right? Because the shoulder joint, that's the most mobile joint on the human body. So you're able to create torque. So that's rotational force, by the way, torque. But when you're doing incline versus flat, you are going to experience some degree of torque. So instead of flat, where it's just like that, it's more like that with incline, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, I know that guy, Eric. Yeah. Yeah, that guy he's a freak. He's an absolute freak. No, it's okay, Ulf. I know who you're talking about. I've seen him do like 900 plus pound trap bar deadlifts. And I've seen him bench press like 500-600 pounds with chains. Like, Jesus, dude. He's a freak. Let's see, is Nicole? Yeah, Nicole's still in the background. Cool. Get those public watch hours, Nicole. Oh, she ended her stream already. Okay, cool. All right, well, I ran that. Maybe I should leave a comment. Excuse me. You really nailed this one, Nicole. Pun intended. I'll put the nails. Some of my usual emojis. Because when you guys can, too, leave a comment once the lives are done. Right? That little extra bit of engagement to send it out to other people. Maybe they can come to my channel. I gotta remember to do that too. Sometimes a lot of time I forget to leave a comment after, or leave a comment on a replay. That's what I mean to say. Leave a comment on the replay. So there we go. I actually got another pretty big gig tuber to check out my channel today too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, Sarah Elizabeth YouTube. Let me put a channel up real quick. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Share screen. Let's go with here. So this chick, right? She's got a pretty big following. She's got like 37,000 subscribers. Yeah, I actually got her to check out my channel. And she even left a comment. It's right here. So I thought that was dope. She went live yesterday and I was commenting in her live and she's like, Mike the Bike Dasher, I gotta check you out. It's like, oh, that's cool. I think it's the name, Mike the Bike Dasher. I think it's the name that's catching people. Plus the idea of someone dashing on a bike. So I think that's definitely creating some kind of intrigue in this gig community, if you will. So I don't know. That's pretty dope. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's see. Friends with both Greg and Mike at the same time. Man, that's got to be interesting. Because I know that Greg and Mike Israetel, they're basically arch enemies these days. He's not a barbell bench fan. He uses lots of cables. Well, he probably does now, but there was a time when he was moving some crazy ass weights with barbells and trap bar deadlifting. Just insane shit. Yeah. Yeah, he actually uses full range of motion too. Go figure, right? Bodybuilders using full range of motion. Wow. What a novel concept. Oh my God. But Anyway, I got to use the bathroom. I got to pee. So I'll be back in just a minute or two. I'm going to put one of my graphics up in the meantime. That way you guys can see, hey, Mike is taking a break. So I just got to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Let me post one of them here. Okay, I'm back. Just had to do a little tinkle. Let me see. Let's see. Did that before. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, full ROM leg press and beyond that, insane. Yeah. When I was doing leg press, I had some good range of motion myself. I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, it isn't always just how much weight you got on the bar or the machine. It can also be just utilizing fuller ranges of motion, getting those benefits of the mechanical tension, you know? Because, right, you figure you have some kind of baseline understanding of anatomy and how muscles work, how joints and tendons move. It can give you just a general idea of being able to look at stuff and, like, all right, well, I can see how this would work, and I can see how this type of motion is happening, this type of stimulus, this emphasizing of certain aspects, right? Just stuff like that. It's not just looking at something and be like, oh, well, you push it and that's it. Or you pull it and that's it. I mean, if you want to sum it up extremely like baseline, sure, right? But at the end of the day, there's more than what meets the eye, as they said in Transformers. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Have you seen his dumbbell flies? Insane stretching technique. I'd have to look at it sometime. But yeah, it's good exercise too. I like dumbbell flies. I was doing those for a while to like warm up for like incline benching with the dumbbells, or if I was doing barbell benching. The only way that I liked doing barbell bench was close grip. That's the only way that actually felt good for me. Any other time, it would piss off my shoulders, and it's like, if nah. But that way, it felt a lot better. Plus, it was helping, triceps. So, but also getting like a better pump of the chest, because when you're tucking your elbows closer to you, you're able to pull back further. And as a result, you're getting more of a stretch on that tendon right here. So more of those upper fibers of the chest are getting a deeper stretch compared to just flat, right? Because you're able to go deeper. That's what she said. Yeah, many have crap ROM, lots of weight. I mean, I do understand why some people use smaller ranges of motion. They're trying to emphasize different aspects of the range of motion. Like when people cut off around the chest, like a couple inches above the chest, and they do their pressing that way. I know they're trying to get more of a pump because they're flushing blood into that area like that, right? When they're just spending time holding that area like that, it's flushing more blood. The problem is that doesn't really translate to improved muscle stimulus long term. That's more of like a chasing the pump mentality. It can be useful, right? It can be useful. Like if you struggle to have blood flushing in that area before you do your major exercises, you could do that if you feel like, if it actually helps. But generally speaking, if that's all you're doing with your exercises, yeah, you're missing out on those added benefits of like getting the deeper stretch. Because you got to remember, your joints and tendons are also becoming denser and more resilient with these exercises, right? Resistance training isn't just the muscles, it's more than skin deep. You're missing out on those benefits, especially if you're not natural, by cutting off the ranges of motion all the time. And then people wonder why, like, oh, they ruptured a quad, they tore a pec, they tore a tricep. It's like, well, one, you're taking shit ton of steroids, and your joints and tendons are not keeping up strength wise, and they're also not getting the stimulus they need to get stronger and more resilient. But I digress. To each their own. I understand. Well, yeah, but again, right? We understand biomechanics. This is close grip, right? When it's like shoulder width, slightly wider than shoulder width, you're also getting more of that elbow tuck. And as a result, you're actually able to lower your elbows further down in a way that creates more of a stretch of those outer fibers of the chest. In a way that you're not really getting if you're either like stopping 2/3 of the way down, or your elbows are like crazy flared out wide like that. Right? You're not really getting that same stretching sensation in the chest. So I was actually getting more of a chest stimulus alongside a tricep pump from doing close grip bench press with a barbell. And again, like the way that it felt on my shoulder and wrist compared to the other ways, it just felt a lot better. British short hair, mechanistic data, biomechanics. Nice. You love flies. It's so friendly for wrists and aren't so taxing. I never liked the way that flies feel on particularly my right shoulder. So, and trust me, I've done a lot of trial and error with that exercise, with that. It just no. But you got to remember too, a cable is a pulley system. It is pulling on that area. So I think that's the main reason why it would just irritate my shoulder so much. It's that pulling force that comes from the pulley. Yes, it did. But I think part of that is also being in a fixed position too. I don't know. It's complicated. What do we got here? I think Linda sent me something. No, the contractors left that here. Yeah, I wouldn't just leave that at the yard. I'm surprised she thought that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, loading that, whatever. It's all good. Flies train the front delt lots. Sort of. Yeah, I mean, like, you are getting that motion with the front delt by clasping the hands, right? You're getting that hands clasp, bringing the elbows closer together, bringing the wrists together. So you are getting front delt, sure, but at the same time, you're also getting that full biomechanics of the chest, right? It's not simply just getting that shoulder flexion, but you're also getting that adduction, right? Those are the two primary functions of the chest, right? Shoulder adduction, so bring together, right? Shoulder flexion. Boom, boom. Now, that's not to say that your chest wouldn't get bigger without one or the other, right? But, if you got both, there you go. Which of the three delts are most important for health? If we're gonna talk for health, I would probably say the rear delt, because it's a little difficult to explain, but essentially the way that gravity works, because we know that gravity pushes directly down, right? In most circumstances, it's more difficult to pull something than it is to push it because of the forces of gravity, depending on, like, would you try to pull something up a mountainside or would you try to push it up a mountainside? Generally speaking, pushing force seems to combat gravity better than pulling force. It's a little difficult to explain, but essentially, I would say pulling force is more important to work on. And out of the three heads of the delt, it would be the rear delt that is most responsible for that one. Now, if we're going to talk about what's most important for bodybuilding, all three of them are important if you want to have like uniform development of the shoulder from all angles, because we know that there's many poses where bodybuilders are judged from. I would say the side delt helps with creating the illusion of width from the front. Rear delts help create the illusion of depth from the side and back. And front delts kind of just also cap off with the front and side poses. So that would be my assessment of that. Chest can get big with just flies too. Very little presses. Yeah, more or less. Ultimately, you just have to see which exercises seem to be working best with creating that added stimulus in your chest. But keep in mind, too, that the amount of weight you're able to move also can dictate how many fibers are being worked simultaneously. Like, you do create more density, muscular density, by moving heavier forces of resistance, like, let's say, heavier compound pressing exercises compared to more light stuff. But the lighter stuff can help with refinement of those individual muscles rather than just the body working as a unit. So I hope that kind of explains the whole density thing. There's a little more to it than that, but essentially density is like, how many muscle regions are being worked simultaneously. Love you too, dude. For bodybuilding, side delts aren't used in presses or pulls apart from upright rows. Yeah, pretty much upright rows, lateral raises, those are general exercises people will do. Honestly, the side delt it's an easy muscle to train. It just does one thing, right? Bam, there you go. That's all it does. It just does that. There you go, text. Yeah, these contractors, man, they're fucking around with us now, right? So I don't know how much you guys have been able to keep up, but we got these contractors to redo what the other contractor was doing in the kitchen when it came to the countertops, right? He was supposed to do epoxy, and then he needed to do like a dry sanding and then a polishing afterwards. And he basically didn't do all those steps. He did like one or two of them, and then he left and never saw us again. So then my landlord and her boyfriend, they had to contact another guy. They found another guy who actually has licenses. So he came, he brought a crew of like 2, 3, 4 people with him. But we had to wait like 3 weeks because he had like a last minute thing that he was doing or whatever. But then when he comes, he was supposed to have the project fully done when they took the vacation that they went. Well, not vacation, but they were out of town for a few days. They were supposed to get done with that by the time they got back. They did not. So then they had to take another day out after they were already home. And then supposedly they were back and the countertops look dull as shit, right? They look better in the sense that it's not all patchy and shit anymore, right? But it looks dull and lifeless now. So they're supposed to come back, polish, add that final step. And for some reason, they're just not doing it. And they're leaving shit around. Like they brought this folding table with them. They left it in the front yard. They didn't fucking take it with them. Like we already have a folding table. Why would you bring a folding table if you're not going to do shit with it? Let alone leave it out in the front yard. It's retarded. Neglected. No, I wouldn't say so. No, it's a very bodybuilder thing to train side delts. Like the average person doesn't even know what the hell you're talking about. They know one muscle. They know abs and they know biceps. Maybe they know chest, or to an extent shoulders. But other than that, like side delts, you tell an average person that it's like, what is a medial delt? What is a lateral delt? They don't know what they're talking about. But no, it's like a bodybuilder thing to know what the hell side delts are. Rocket Red countdown liftoff person speaking microphone. I don't know what that looks like. Might know what will happen. Doctor's gonna call me soon. Okay, good to know. What time we got? It's 3. Oh, it's 3:33 Eastern Standard Time. Isn't it like past 9:30 over by you all? I think you're like 6 hours ahead of me, if I'm correct. We're going to see if anyone else is live right now, so I can run their lives in the background. Not really, no. Yeah, I got to look over my microphone. I don't know if you can. Yeah, there we go. See? Got that. It does partially cover my other screen. That's okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody else live right now. Well, they're not live. How come they're not here? That's okay. They're probably out working. It is Friday after all. Friday. Gonna get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Okay. Yeah, it says we're up to like 4.5 public watch hours of this live stream. I mean, not too many people have tuned in right now. That's okay. Besides, I don't even know when the hell to live stream half the time. I mean, Mary was telling me like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, I think. It's like, God damn, like I'm going to bed around that time. Fuck, dude. Now you're telling me I got to stream around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night? Shit, man. Like, I've done that before, but man. And then, like, she was telling me to live stream whenever I'm doing anything. It's like, sure, I get where you're coming from. I mean, I value my privacy. I'm pretty like closed off person. I value my privacy, but at the same time, I get where you're coming from. I mean, something like this, I don't care. I'm just bored. Don't really have anything major going on right now. So that's why I decided to live stream. But yeah, where's everybody at, man? I know Sunny, I think she's getting ready for work, if I'm not mistaken. And I know Fran had to bounce for a minute. You mean that they're neglected if you don't train those? Well, yeah, sure, but like I mentioned, but like that's pretty much a staple. That's like a textbook bodybuilding thing, is to train side delts. It's literally just raise the shoulders to the sides, and there you go, you're good. Hell, you can just do that, and there you go. You feel a little something in there. Hold like a I don't know, hold a couple things of water and just upright row it. I don't know. Let's see. Meeting surgeon. I see. Well, let's say you knew someone who wanted to train as little as possible, didn't care about much gains, don't put in abs, side delt, calves, and arms. They want to train little as possible. I would say the main thing is you want to know like what exactly are their goals, right? And if they don't have specific goals, then to try to figure that part out, whatever specific goals are. Like if they just say like, "Oh, I want to get toned," it's like, what the hell does that mean? What do you mean you want to get toned? That doesn't tell me anything. Or you're like, "Oh, I just want to exercise more." It's like, again, what does that mean? Like, I need something a little more specific than that. And if they're not sure, then you can give them suggestions that are at least related to what they're trying to say, right? It's kind of like you have to like hold their hands and walk them through whatever specific goals that they could have. Maybe they just don't know how to say it, which is fine. I get it, right? The average person doesn't even exercise enough anyway, right? I've seen a couple things online where it says like 1 in 5 Americans don't meet recommended physical activity guidelines. I can understand that, right? So obviously I wouldn't expect them to know exactly what they want out of the gym or out of exercise. So they're not really going to have clearly defined goals. They're just it's just wish fulfillment. It's wishful thinking at first. So you help them with whatever specific goal that they're thinking that they might be thinking about, or something that they could do in the moment, and build off of that. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you're doing the I know you've definitely upped your cardio. You go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week plus. So, well, with resistance training. So, I mean, in those aspects, yeah, you are. Just want to move their body more and don't care about gains. I mean, again, I'm still not exactly sure what that is. Like move your body more could mean anything. That could mean that you just flail around on your computer chair as you're playing Call of Duty on your computer. Or that could mean doing jumping jacks outside, or skip rope, or riding a bike, going for a walk. I mean, if what they're looking for is that baseline, then I guess that's it. I don't know. Let's say they only care about health, and they don't care about gains. They don't care about big delts or big calves. Okay, that's a little more specific, sure. Now, most people that lift weights do at least they at least have some kind of awareness of how healthy they're trying to be, have some kind of baseline health a lot of the time, not always. So only care about health. I mean, if that's really just it, then cardio and a decent diet. That's it. I don't know. Not much beyond that, really. I'd say probably yoga. Like yoga, cardio, plant based diet. There you go. Case closed. Don't want big arms, just train them secondary through machine pulls. Machine presses are good. I mean, you figure exercises that involve building up your chest or your back, like your arms are working secondarily to assist, right? They're synergistic muscle groups to help aid with the primary biomechanics of the exercise, right? When you row, for example, you get elbow flexion, right? What do you get when you have elbow flexion? You have secondary effect of basically the front of the arm, right? your forearm flexors, the brachioradialis, the brachialis, which is in between the bicep and tricep right out here, the bicep itself. You're getting secondary synergistic function of regions like that. They're not being directly worked, as we know, but they're getting something. Let's see. Recommend strength training. I mean, I like strength training too. Don't get me wrong. That's great. But I mean, it has there has to be a little more to work with other than just don't care about gains, care about health. It's like, what does that really mean if you think about it, right? That ultimately is just like a really vague thing where you can simply just do cardio and eat a plant-based diet and you're good. But I'm pretty sure these individuals that claim that want to experience some kind of exercise. They just don't know what the kind of regimen is, what kind of training style it is. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, this subject really would be better on a separate channel, but hey, it's okay. Some people have problems with their back, and rows can really help for that. Sure, yeah. But as we know, like simply just talking to a trainer isn't enough either. Like if you have like serious problematic areas, then qualified medical professionals you should consult with. Some muscles are more important for health than others regarding to lifting weights. Sure, I agree with that 100%, right? The areas that are more prone to atrophying and stiffening with age, right? Wrists, shoulders, hips, knees. Those are all great areas to have something going when it comes to some kind of resistance training for. No, it's okay. I don't mind, Ulf. I mean, it's pretty much just you and like one other person here right now. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of other people right now are dashing, I guess. I mean, that's fine. I get it. I mean, if we see any more people pop in and they want to change subject, that's fine too. I mean, like I said though, I don't really have a lot going on right now. I mean, I'm going to be editing some of that stuff, including the Timothy Toyle video. I just don't feel like it right now. I just don't feel like it right now. I don't do it right now. Therefore, I don't got to worry about it right now. I don't got to worry about it right now. Who gives a fuck? So I digress. Let's say a 60-year-old mother wouldn't need to train calves and side delts. I'll want to get in the gym and out fast. I mean, yeah, you figure like calves and side delts, most people don't give a fuck about that. Like if you're walking, like you're actually somewhat mobile, you're getting something happening with the calves, right? The calf is a very strong muscle, right? That's the muscle that's supporting the Achilles tendon, that's supporting the shin bone, that's supporting your anterior tibialis. And every time that you take a step, there's friction, and that muscle has to absorb that friction, become more resilient over time. That being said, though, calves are also extremely prone to becoming tight and atrophying and stiffening, especially the surrounding tendon and whatnot, right? So it's also important to stretch those muscles, give them some kind of, I'm not going to say do calf raises per se, but you got to get some, you can't just walk and expect the muscle to just be perfectly fine all the time. It's not that simple. And Tornado Gardens here. Yes. Watch and like. It's free. Yes. I mean, the free stuff is the best way to support the channel. like showing super support, like going to my link tree, for example, shameless plug-in, is also another great way to support your boy because he's got extra resources where you can help me out and extra resources where I can help you out. I'll actually, while I'm plugging it, I might as well just present it. Why not? What the? Huh. Man, the green screen's acting a little weird. Why is it doing that? I mean, it looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's present. Bam, bam. There you go. There's my link tree. Let me scroll up a little bit so you guys can get a bigger view of it. So that's your boy. There I am. I got corn cobs right behind me. In case anybody ever wants to visit it, it's Mike Tunney 694206666 at Linktree. Got all kinds of cool stuff on here. I got all kinds of links. There's the tip jar from PayPal. There's the Cash App tip jar. Bike setup. You know, I started making a list for that for anybody that is inspired to go out and start dashing on a bicycle. Branded surveys. I do that from time to time. I made like $5.60 the other day. Whoop-de-doo. And I got some other cool stuff if, you know, you're looking to start your journey for veganism. You need some basic guides for nutrition like Chronometer, Challenge 22. I also have music stuff as well, right? If you're looking for a digital audio workstation like Reaper, if you're looking for drum plugins, you know, VSTs, virtual instruments. I'm still adding more to the list too. Just thinking about any stuff that's related to me and things I do. You know, there's the link tree. Hit me up on there if you want. That's fine. You don't have to though. As like I mentioned, the absolute best way you can support me, which is free, click my stuff, like the vid, run the videos in the background, help your boy get this channel monetized. Just sent a link to my brother, a drummer, just subscribed today. Cool, thanks, Beer Can. I saw you. A couple of your comments on my videos. That's dope. You dash south of Boston, semi-retired. I got you. You know, speaking of that, I do have a music channel. I haven't put a whole lot on it yet, but I am working on that because I am wanting to start recording some more drum clips for, you know, these videos that I make. The cash flow, that's the segment that I call it, the cash flow. Been looking to record a couple more. I wasn't really able to when I was rehabbing myself from that injury I had, because anytime I'd create flexion or tension on the knee, it would just start throbbing a bit. But I've come a long way. But yeah, it's called Plug in the Mic. I don't know if you saw that channel yet. I'll share that on the screen as well. But yeah, my buddy Ulf, he's in the chat right now. He also helps with the AI artwork for this channel too. But essentially, you want to check this out. Right, you want to check this out. I got a couple clips on here already. A couple of these clips were from my other channel. It's not this one, but a separate channel. But then I had another one that I did on my own as well. You know, like a drum beat inspired by Ariana Grande or something like that. But I'll have some more stuff going on with that channel too. But, you know, that'll come with time. Because my other thing too is also figuring out when to focus my assets and attention and where and when and why. Like, for example, this channel, since I plan to have this channel monetized, and since this channel probably has the highest likelihood of getting monetized, it makes sense for this channel to be, well, my biggest focus on YouTube. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate recreational stuff on my other channel. Like, you know, Plug in the Mic. I have another one coming up too about separate topics. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yeah, let me see what you got. Give that 60-year-old mother 6 days push-pull legs. Oh, haha. Abs, get some secondary training through machine or leg work. Definitely leg work for sure. As long as you're performing the Valsalva maneuver with your primary compound exercises like squats, leg presses, deadlifts, whatever you're doing for legs. 8 more. Yes, 8 more. Can we get to 100? That's what I'm wondering. Can we get to 100 by today? I mean, I got over 20 overnight when Chuck featured me on his channel. I think we can get more. Well, maybe not more than 20 in a day, but still. I think we can get there. Yeah, we're at 92, so 8 more to go. We can get there. I know we can. I mean, this channel is popping off more than other channels I've done before. So again, I see the potential there. Other people like Chuck, Mary, they see the potential too. It makes sense to have a lot of focus on that. Do simple machine work. Sure. I mean, you figure machines are usually more gentle on the joints, so makes sense. Especially with age, definitely with age. So you see a lot of like older individuals having more and more machines in their programming. That's the exact reason, right? Joints and tendons, they ache, they wither away, they become, they lose some of that density. So training around that, because we know Father Time, and it makes sense. Yeah, I remember you saying that. You came from Chuck. So yeah, my point exactly. I wonder if there's anybody else that like does guest star features. I know Chuck is like the big guy that does that in, the gig community. I don't know if anyone else does though. I'm not a big fan of Your Driver Mike, but I know that sometimes he'll, like, if it's an interesting subject, he'll make a video reacting to it. Kind of thought about that before, because I know the idea of doing gig work on a bicycle, well, an e-bike, let alone a bicycle, is pretty fringe. I mean, there are some decent sized YouTubers that do that, but otherwise it's still relatively niche. So maybe that would be interesting to him. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not too crazy about him, but I mean, he's got a big platform. So yeah, it looks like Gig Work 101 is live. Is he monetized yet? Gig Work 101? Do you guys know? I think he's got enough subscribers. I think. Yeah, he's got enough subscribers, but I don't know if he has the watch hours. Man, his videos do pretty good. He gets like what, 700, 800 views, 1,000 plus, some of them. That's cool. Yeah, it says he's live. Wonder what he's up to. I'll put some emojis in this chat. So I don't know if Gig Work 101, I don't know if he's monetized yet. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But I'll put some emojis. Let's see, corn and coffee. He might have messed up. Uh-oh. Gig work spreadsheet. I wonder what he means by that. I see. Okay. Oh, whatever. I'll run his live stream. Why not? I mean, as long as you don't unlist live streams, the public watch hours count towards that. So, what do we got, Mr. Ulf? Mike is crazy about me. Yeah, you're good company, Ulf. You're good company. Ken Herbivore uses more machines now. He uses machine for chess. Fair enough. British short hairs on welfare. Yes. British welfare. Or short fare. I don't know. Must go after you read those comments, brother. Well, take care, Ulf. Glad you stopped by. I know it's getting pretty late over by you. I think it's like, what, 10 p.m. over by you now? So I'm sure you're trying to get settled in the bed. Did you move down south so you could dash in the warmer? No. So I moved down here when I was just 9, so I didn't really have a say in that. That was more of like the family moving from Long Island, New York. That's where we're from, to Florida. Great grandparents, they found a house. I guess they were visiting. I don't know. We just kind of moved in, and I've been in Florida ever since. I have been officially climatized to Florida. So Florida's climate is all I've known for the past 2 decades of my life. Although I do plan on visiting Tennessee this year. Hopefully I have enough money saved up for it, though. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see. Yeah. Take care, dude. Girlfriend want to watch King of the Hill. I never really religiously watched that show, but I did like what I saw. So it's cool. Yeah, palm tree. Gotcha. Yeah, I think Gig Work 101, he's trying to show like a spreadsheet of sorts. I guess he's got like something he wants to talk about with that. I know at some point, I don't know if I want to make it a live stream or a video, but I would like to make like a big reference guide, like everything to consider when it comes to like dashing on an e-bike or just a bike in general, like the caveats, the pros and cons, applicability per market, whether or not you can sign up with a bike, which apps allow you to do that versus which apps you can't, whether there's like legal restrictions to that or not, ways to maximize your potential with it, whether it be the setup, potentially the market that you would be working in for it. Like me, for example, my particular market is not, it's not the best, it's not the worst. I mean, there's always a decent amount of stores and decent amount of customers, but the pay generally leaves a lot to be desired from order to order. And I rarely see like huge tip orders here. So that's something that I would sort of throw into as a caveat. Be like, hey, like, some of this also just comes from personal experience, and this is what my personal experience might be like, but my personal experience may not be a reflection of how it could work for you with your experience in a different market, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. I might do a poll as to whether or not I would want that to be a stream or as like a pre-recorded video. Because with a pre-recorded video, I think people would be more likely to revisit it. If it's a stream, I don't know how popular it is for people to watch replays, Like replays can be cool, I guess, but the dynamic's a little different because you figure with a live stream, a part of the dynamic of live streaming is when the person streaming is directly connecting with the audience in live time, right? You're not really getting that same effect with a pre-recorded video, but at the same time, are you more likely to watch a replay of something that you can't interact with because the interaction was already done, or a pre-recorded video that might be trimmed down and more specific and more focused? I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. All right. So you got a bounce too, getting flowers for wife's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your wife. Hope you guys enjoy your day. But thanks for stopping by, Beer Can. I'll stream a little longer. Definitely, I want to try to hit 10 public watch hours with these kinds of streams, at least. I don't think we're quite there yet. We're at 5.7, so I'd probably have to stream like another half hour, give or take. I'm not sure. Plus, maybe we'll get some more people to stop in. We'll see. I do have to use the bathroom again. You know, I gotta. Yeah, let's close that out. I will have to tinkle again. So I'll be doing that shortly. I'll put up the break screen card with the music. Oh, and for anyone wondering too, the music in these, like those, the music it's not licensed, it's not copyright. That's actually stuff that my buddy and I were just kind of like dicking around with whenever we'd have jam sessions. We sort of come up with ideas and build on them. So I have like a couple things. Well, actually, I got a pretty decent amount of stuff we've done before, and just put them in an editor, combined, and then bam, there you go. Right, just like very, very rough draft stuff. We haven't really worked on music in a while. He's had some things going on in his personal life, and some of my focus has changed too. But you know, I look back at stuff like that fondly and be like, hey, you know, that was some cool shit we did. So that's kind of like me paying tribute to it, honoring it. I mean, I definitely like to get a music project up and running at some point in my life, but you know, at the end of the day, I also just like having music as something that is like not always the standout, but still like a pivotal component of my life, I guess. And figuring out how it can be integrated with things that I'm doing. Like, for example, this channel, whenever I have the pre-recorded stuff, I have those little segments after I deliver an order called the cash flow, where it's like I play like a up to 10-second clip of me just doing my thing on drums, because it's like it's artistic flair. You know, that's how I like to look at it. Does it contribute anything significant? Oh shit. How much of that? Yeah, I don't know how much of that we wound up catching. We actually had a slight buffer, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, somebody's in the chat. Not sure who is right now. Yeah, pretty slow day, huh? Pretty slow day. That's okay. Well, it looks like some people voted. What do we got? Yeah, I made a poll in the chat. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. Can I get 100 subs by today? 6 people voted yes. 3 people voted maybe, but maybe not, but you'll get there. Well, you know what you got to do. Sub to the channel, right? If you guys are watching, you're not subbed, what the hell are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. I don't. And now we're starting to buffer. What the? It's okay. Right, we spent most of the stream with no buffering, so a little bit of buffering is okay. I'll take it. But yeah, I gotta pee real quick, guys. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put the break screen back up. I will be back. So give me just a bit. I might have to put it on a loop. Depends how long I gotta spend in the bathroom. But I'll be right back. So for anyone wondering, right, bathroom break, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Just had to use the bathroom for a little bit. And yeah, the signal is acting pretty inconsistent right now, but I mean, there's not much going on anyway, so it's okay. No biggie. No biggie whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Just looking to see who's live right now. Like run their streams. I got Gig Work 101. He's running his stream. Yeah, it's pretty much just him right now. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly, we got somebody watching right now. Yeah, we got somebody watching right now. Now we got 2 people. That's cool. Anybody new that hasn't been here yet out of the 2 people watching? So at the end of my live streams, like as I'm wrapping up, I like to give little shout outs to people that did tune in. So one thing I like about StreamYard is you can star people's comments. So not just like showing the comment, but like you can star them and it creates a separate tab in the live stream in the StreamYard studio where you can star for any reason, like a comment that stood out, or maybe you're just trying to keep track of everyone that did show up so you can highlight them at the end of the live stream or whatever, right? That was something I used to do on my other channel when I used to do live streaming, and pretty much still doing it now. Because like even if I don't get like personally close with a lot of people in this community, I still like to be on good terms with people, not make enemies at the very least. Not like I would ever not that I've ever intentionally tried to make enemies with people anyway, but I don't know. I just see that as like a minor but otherwise cool way of building some rapport. Being like, oh, such and such showed up to my stream today. Thanks for showing your support, blah, 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 or stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's heckin' dope, as I usually say. Heckin' dope. Out of water. But that's okay, because I got my other one. I am prepared. So yesterday, I only had the one water throughout the stream. And then I was like, all right, well, I ran out of water. I guess it's time to wrap up. But now, this time, I got my other water with me, too. I mean, I figure we'll stream a little bit longer. I mean, what to talk about or do specifically, I don't know. It's whatever. I mean, I guess I can talk a little more about my experience with the mountain biking while trying to stream. Or not stream, while trying to work. Because, the past couple days, that is what I've been doing. I've been using a mountain bike to get around because e-bikes are out of commission for a little bit. Kind of sucks. Times like that, I wish, I kind of wish I had a car. But most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, I don't regret not having a car. But I digress. So anyway, as far as the mountain bike, you figured it coincides with me recovering from that injury I had a couple weeks ago, which, for the uninitiated, it was a rainy day out. The pavement was wet. I was trying to veer right down a dark street. I hit a pothole. I was using my front brake too hard. I fell off the bike, landed on my right heel, fell on my left leg, absolutely hurt like hell. Took a couple weeks, but we're much better for sure. But now it's really me just trying to rebuild that strength and endurance in my legs. The mountain bike is really testing that for sure. Like my legs are pretty sore still. I had my first shift yesterday. We did manage to get some orders. We got some pretty good ones too. And it was pretty much roadie yesterday. Like roadie was the one that was coming through for me. And today was a little more versatile. I did get a nice roadie order to start. Then I got a DoorDash order and I got an Uber Eats order. The DoorDash was, they claimed it was a high pay order, but it was less than $5. So go figure, right? High pay. $4.50 is high pay. Like DoorDash claims that like if you're in platinum or if you're in the tier rewards, whatever the rewards program is now, because they got a new pilot program, they claim that something being high pay is based on total pay, which I think is bullshit, because how the hell is $4.50 high pay? It's not even $5. You can't even buy four things for $5 at the Dollar Tree. That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? So how the hell am I gonna how the hell can you call something high pay when you can barely buy three things from the dollar store? And you have to invest your time and resources into it, you know? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But it was only going 1.3 miles, so I took it because I also got sent an order from Uber Eats alongside that, and it was $10 for that order. So I was like, all right, well, $4.50 turned into $14.50. And the other restaurant was right across the street, right? The DoorDash order was at McDonald's. The other order was Starbucks. Starbucks is literally right across the street. All I had to do was just YOLO through the highway and get to the Starbucks. And then I dropped both orders around the same area, right? They were both in my neighborhood. They were just like 2 or 3 streets apart from each other. So that was pretty nice. That's what happened today. And that was after I got the roadie order. When I got the roadie order, it was CVS pharmacy. It was a double pay, so it would have been like a little under $7 for it. They bumped it up to like 15. And when that happened, I was like, submit. And thankfully I got it. It doesn't always work when you do that because there's other people, like there's other roadie drivers around here. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they stand for or any of that crap. But I know there's more than just me as the roadie driver around here. So sometimes I'll see those offers and either not get them or they disappear while I'm waiting, which kind of sucks. But I was trying to take a gamble to you basically get double pay for the same order. And the drop-off location was it was barely a mile away from Target. And Target, that's where a lot of places are available in my area. So I was trying to be strategic and take an order that was not only going to pay decent, but it was going to reposition me in an area where I can likely not travel as far just to drop off an order. Like I can actually be prioritized for high pay orders. Because for the uninitiated, I am platinum on DoorDash on my bikes. Because if you have platinum with DoorDash, you can actually schedule hours for a bicycle, e-bike, bicycle, whatever, right? You can actually get hours that way. And then you can Dash Now in that mode as well. Otherwise, if you don't have that, you can only find select markets that allow it. Like there's a couple areas around like Fellsmere. There's a couple areas, I think around Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, where you can schedule hours for a bike. But unless you have those areas and you happen to be by them or you travel to them, then getting hours on a bike, you're not going to be able to, right? So essentially what I wound up having to do to get platinum at all was to stay in car mode, because I did sign up with a car back in 2020 with DoorDash. So I used to do this in a car. Basically had to suck it up, get myself up to that platinum status in car mode, which meant having to take shit orders, right? They go like 10, 15 fucking miles for $10, or I'd have to take the absolute like $6 for 8 miles shit, then get the platinum. And this was a happy coincidence for me. The fact that I I added my e-bike to the account, and then I saw like, oh wow, I can actually get hours with this. So what happens now? So then I had this in a vlog on my other channel. I'll pull it up real quick actually. I was talking about it briefly. Let me go. Yeah, not switch account. Just go to my channel. I did make a vlog briefly talking about that and then experimenting with it and seeing how different the dynamic is with the types of orders that DoorDash would send me. Yeah, it's on my right here. Which channel was it? I know it was after I got platinum. I think it was. It might have been the Walmart Spark one. Let me see. Because yeah, again, for the uninitiated, this isn't my first rodeo with YouTube. This isn't my first channel. I have another channel too. And that channel was not the only channel or the first channel I've ever done. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it was this one. Cool. So yeah, that was the video. So that was back in August. So early August was when I made the accidental discovery after going platinum with DoorDash that I can, well, I already had a bicycle added to the account, well, e-bike specifically. I had that on my account. It's just whenever I would go in that mode, I could never get hours, right? So I had to stay in car mode, and I decided to change my strategy to go for platinum because cherry picking around that time of year for me just wasn't working out, right? Now, I'm generally a fan of cherry picking as long as it works and as long as you have multiple apps that you can pull opportunities from. But I was reaching a point in my market, in my area, where that simply was not enough anymore, right? I was experiencing diminishing returns. So I came up with the idea, well, how about I try out the DoorDash rewards program, build my way up to that, and see if it actually does anything. In car mode, it's a big mixed bag because if you're in the rewards program, you still have to take shit or you still have to take enough to maintain a relatively high acceptance rate to where you might have some wiggle room unless DoorDash decides to send you 5, 10 piece of shit orders in a row, right? The backwards stuff, $5 for 10 miles, $10 for 15 miles, $2 for 6 miles, just absolute terrible crap like that. But I decided to suck it up at that time, be like, you know what? I'll build my way up to the tier rewards program and see if it actually helps with cash flow, if it actually helps with value for my time. And I do feel like it did, even though I was still going further than I would have preferred. Like, I know one of the videos, I think it was my first video on my other channel where I just made it into the rewards program. It was what was it? It was my journey. Yeah, the video, my journey to become a top dasher on DoorDash. So that was the video. That one, I talk about how I got into silver at first, and then I tried out silver. I wound up declining like the first order, but then I actually got something that was decent. It was like 12 and a half bucks going a few miles. It was a shop and pay. I was like, okay, sure, I'll take it. Not too bad. So I did that, and I think it was a week later, if I have my times correct. So July 21st. When was the other one? I think that was the following week. It was the following week. So pretty much I spent that week going from the 50% acceptance rate of silver into platinum. So I basically spent that week. I was trying hard not to cherry pick too much. And that first vlog, I actually dropped out of platinum for a little bit, but then I got back into platinum after a few orders because we know that increasing your acceptance rate can often take longer than it is to lower the acceptance rate because it cycles every 50 orders. That's how it works with that. It cycles every 50 orders. So I did get platinum, and then I lost platinum the same video, then got platinum back the same video. And then it was the next vlog that I did on that channel afterwards where I made the accidental discovery that I can get hours in e-bike mode and I can dash now anytime in e-bike mode. So I actually thought that was really cool. And I decided to try it in that vlog that I was doing to be like, all right, well, how does this change the dynamic with the types of orders that I get, right? Am I going to start getting orders that are going a shorter commute? Are they going to pay less? Are they going to pay comparably? And I pretty much discovered in that video that, hey, I can actually get some good orders. And the actual high pay orders, they're actually high pay. Who would have thought? If I'm not mistaken, the first platinum order I got in e-bike mode, because again, right, you can actually get hours in e-bike mode with platinum. And I've made a point to comment that on some people's videos too, like your driver Mike, even though I'm not crazy about the guy, I was still commenting that as like a public service announcement, you know? But yeah, the actual first order. Well, actually, no, it wasn't the first DoorDash order I did that day. The first DoorDash order I did that day was a Walgreens. It was paying $2.50 going 1.9 miles. It's absolutely terrible. Don't take that. I did it for the sake of raising the acceptance rate a bit more because I was only just hovering around 70, 71%. If you are going to do platinum and you want wiggle room, if you have to decline absolutely awful orders, then you got to get the acceptance rate high enough to have that wiggle room. Otherwise, you're going to drop down to 69%. Nice, but not nice in this case. But yeah, the actual first platinum high pay order I got for that vlog, it paid $16.23 and it was going 3.5 miles. It was an Aldi order. It had like 20 items. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it tipped extra too. Yeah, it did. It tipped an extra $5. That was pretty dope. When I saw that, and this is in the new e-bike mode that I was able to do, I was like, that basically told me, holy shit, I can actually get good orders. Like, actually get good orders and get orders that are going relatively short distances, right? That order only went about 3.5 miles. And I know by the Metro that was pretty accurate, like somewhere between 3 and 4 miles. So I was like, you know what? If I can get orders like that and get them on the regular, or just have most of the orders be relatively short, because that followed up with another high pay order. It was $6.75 Winn-Dixie, couple items. Then yeah, I saw the potential of keeping platinum in e-bike mode, right? I saw the potential with that. And ever since then, I have stayed platinum in e-bike mode with DoorDash. And honestly, I think that's the way to go, right? If you're going to go for platinum with DoorDash and you live in a climate or it's a time of year that is favorable for e-bikes, I say go for it, man. I definitely say go for it. Now, it is important to note e-bikes are not completely maintenance free. Maintenance is generally lower and it's generally costs less money, which means more money is going back in your pocket rather than having to be written off as tax deductions. Because we know that tax deductions don't make us money. They just help us save money on our tax bill. That doesn't mean e-bikes are maintenance free, right? The motor will spin out eventually if you have a hub motor. If you have a mid-drive motor, it will eventually give out, and mid-drive motors are more expensive. They require more specific parts. So you'll have to get that serviced unless you have like your own skills to be able to do so. Like, I don't have that much experience with like fixing specific components of a hub motor, other than like being able to change out the key or the clutch, because you need to have those components in order to get those cycles with the motor itself, because that's how it operates, right? You need the key and you need the clutch, because the clutch attaches to the planetary gear, and that's how it moves. So aside from that, like you have to just keep those things in mind. Plus, if you have hydraulic brakes, you need to bleed the brakes out eventually. Um, Flat tires, for some reason, I seem to have pretty bad luck with that. Not lately. I hope I didn't jinx myself with that, but generally speaking, you gotta watch out for flat tires as well. Electric components might eventually give out. You might need to change the lights, but otherwise, yeah, like if you live in a market that could be favorable for e-bikes and DoorDash happens to be decent enough where platinum could be worth it in e-bike mode, I say go for it. But that's neither here nor there right now, because that would be more for like a future video. Like I said, I do want to make a full-on reference guide about how to navigate gig work as someone that does e-bikes, travels with e-bikes. I just don't know if I want to do it as a live stream or if I want to do it as a pre-recorded video. Like maybe I'll help you guys, or maybe you guys can help me vote on that one. I'm not sure yet. I feel like one of them could be more interactive, but the other one could be an easier to go to reference to go back to, if that makes sense. Like, you know how you might want to replay a video that you've seen before. It was like a tutorial, it was something helpful, but maybe you forgot some details or you want to recatch some other details. You guys know what I'm talking about. I think you guys know what I mean. I saw that Sunny is live. I think. Yeah, Sunny's live. All right, where's Sunny at right now? All right, she's at 471, so she's got another 29 subs to go. Actually, I'll comment in her live real quick. I think it's pretty much just me in the chat right now. There we go. Doing all right, Sonny. Just live right now. Just doing my thing. Getting started. Noise. See, what kind of storm is it? Oh yeah, people be like that. People are fucking dicks, man. Hey, she said it. She said the phrase. That's cool. She linked my channel with her Nightbot. That's cool. Noise. Yeah, I hate that too. Yeah, Big Dream here. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Oh, that's the kind of storm then. Blizzard. Okay, I got you. Oof. Yeah, I'm happy we don't get blizzards in Florida. We don't. I don't think we even get snow in Florida anymore, man. Okay, I gotta turn that off. Yeah, I see Presley's in the chat too. Well, her chat. He never comes here. I don't know if he's just not crazy about me or something. Whatever. It is what it is. Can't please everyone, right? Plus, I know I'm like the new kid on the block in the gig community, so I know people won't just immediately flock towards me, and people won't just immediately like stay very long yet, because I still have a relatively small history with this channel, but we'll get there. We'll get there, because before I know it, I'll have like the hundreds or even thousands of subscribers too. I plan on it, right? I said it earlier in this live stream. New Year's resolution: get this channel monetized. So any free ways that you want to help your boy out to make that happen, licking the video, subscribing, taking my watch list playlist and just running it as many times as you want. Those are all just really good ways to help support your boy. So do what you got to do. Don't have to, right? If you don't like me or my channel, that's fine too. You don't have to be here. It's whatever. Like I said, can't please everybody. But there's always going to be people that like you, right? There's always going to be people that have your best of interest in mind, as long as you're actually networking and meeting people, right? If you're just the little train chugging away, but yet there's no passengers on board, well, you're still just a little train chugging with no passengers on board, if that makes any sense. But I digress. Let's see. Valentine, Spark is full in my area. A lot of people have bots in my area with Spark. And for anyone else that doesn't know, I was deactivated on Spark like several months ago. The identity verification thing, they kept asking for pictures of my license, and they kept saying the pictures were blurry, and then they asked for the selfie pictures, so you got to look straight, left and right, to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. And they email me and say that I was deactivated for failed identity verification. It's like, what the hell is that? What do you mean fail identity? You guys failed the identity verification, because I showed you my license. My license is valid. It's real. It's not fake. And the pictures were in real time. They weren't fake. And yet I was deactivated for it. It's like, well, fuck you too, Spark. You guys can go fuck yourselves too. Because I was running into a point with Spark when all they do is just send me the same shitty order like 5-10 times a day. And there was nothing else available. And I know there's nothing else available because all these other Spark drives, there's like 10, 20 in the store at once. They're the ones with bots scooping up everything, right? I would go in there. I'd go into Walmart, see a shit ton of people with their phones, and they angle their phone in such a way where I can tell it's the Walmart Spark app. And it's like, aha, you're the person that's got the bots in my area. You fucking thief. And look, don't get me wrong. If you have like a Metro-based gig app or an algorithm-based gig app, you can either accept or decline. If you accept or decline, that means someone else is not getting it. But if there's enough orders going around, then everybody's getting something, right? Equality of opportunity, whatever you want to call that. However, if you've got those people using bots to just scoop up everything, then nobody's getting anything except for the selfish bastard with the bots. I mean, they're technically illegal, by the way, right? That is technically an infringement or a breach, as they would call it, of your contract agreement that you sign whenever you sign up for these apps. So you're infringing upon that user agreement, that contract agreement you sign when you use bots. The problem is that some bots can be difficult to trace because people will use things like VPNs to run bot technology with, which is bullshit too. But the fact that Spark and other apps like that continue to use the selfie mode to try to verify drivers and then get drivers unfairly deactivated, It's like that's some Bush League outdated bullshit. For real, man. It's fucking Bush League. But I digress. So there's a new thing that DoorDash has been doing lately. I don't know if some of you guys have heard. There's no one in the chat right now, but still, you can watch this replay. But there are new things with DoorDash. So now they're asking to verify your social security number. And they did ask me that once. And I actually don't mind that because if you're an independent contractor, your social security number is your tax ID. So that's the number that you're supposed to use when you sign up with these apps. And that's the number that you're supposed to use when you file for your taxes, your social security number. I don't mind that DoorDash asks for that because there's a paper trail there. A selfie, it's like I don't even know how the hell they figure that shit out. And there seems to be room for error with that, obviously, because I hear about all these drivers like me getting deactivated from these apps over a fucking selfie. It's like, what if I decided to shave my beard? Like, would I get deactivated from DoorDash if I shave my beard? Because the selfies that they have on file, if they even have that, is with me with a beard. You know, it just doesn't make sense. At least the social security number is a way to trace back to whoever has the social security number. Makes sense, right? I don't know. Some people think it's shady, it's weird, but it's like you use that to sign up. So who gives a fuck? Let's see. Still like two, but probably gonna wrap up soon. Dang, people be so rude. Yep, that's true. MB. MB's in Sunny's chat. That's okay, Sonny. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up soon because usually around like 5-ish, 4:30, 5-ish. That's typically when I have dinner. But there's just not really that much going on, right? If it's like 1, 2 people in the chat, you can only stretch conversation so much. Plus, again, I don't really know how often people actually watch replays. So, it also kind of feels like there's a lot that I've been talking about thus far that will get lost because it's like, do you actually watch replays or not? Personally, I don't, but if it's helping someone with public watch hours, I'll run the replay because that's like a couple that adds like a couple watch hours just by watching a replay. Even if you have it on mute, it'll still count towards public watch hours as long as you play it. Smash like a blind carpenter. Nice work, Tornado Garden. Nice work indeed. Yeah, it looks like 8 people showed up today. That's cool. Yeah, where's Zane at? I haven't seen him. I would like to think so, but I don't entirely know either. Like I've seen some people that have done that. Like some people are like, I missed your stream, but I'm watching the replay, blah blah blah, such and such, whatever they feel like reading. But I really mean that more as in like the people that are already showed up, or whether or not people prefer to just be on the stream or not watch the replay. I don't know. Well, as I mentioned earlier in the stream too, I know it's Friday. I'm sure a lot of other people that are either typically on now or typically watch people's stuff are probably just getting ready for work. So, like, I haven't seen Mary today, for example. She didn't even stream today. I don't think she did. I would have been notified if she did. I know she's got. other bullshit that she's got to deal with in her personal life, so I get it. No fucks, no frills, no mercy. Dropping a like, Sonny. Hope you're well. Cool. Yeah, how many subs does Sonny need left? And as I mentioned before too, I'm still running her live. Like, instead of dropping in and out, guys, like if you don't want to, like, if you don't care all that much about what's going on at the stream, just run it in the background, right? Like if you're watching on your PC, just run it in the background. Like, I know Sunny does that. Sunny, like, if she's not watching the stream or directly engaging with the stream, she'll run it in the background. Mary does the same thing. I'm doing the same thing right now. I'll show you guys. I was doing that with Nicole earlier because Nicole was streaming earlier. She was doing nails for a client. But yeah, you can see, like, even though it's muted, I'm letting it run. So as a result, she's getting the watch hours. I mean, I've been also kind of listening to some of it too, because I've been kind of bored, but hey, it's okay. But yeah, it's like just run it. Even if it's on mute, it'll still count. So you guys run my stuff, counts towards the watch hours, even if you don't really give a shit about what I'm doing, which is okay. I'm not offended or anything. And again, I said this earlier too. I know I'm the new kid on the block, so long-term relationships and rapport is not there yet. So I totally understand. Like people that would prefer other gig tubers like Sunny or Mary or Chuck or whoever else is streaming in the moment, you'll likely gravitate towards them with all else being equal. And I get it. I'm not offended. That's totally fine. I get it. Right? Because again, I've only been doing this channel, like, not YouTube. Again, I have a long history with YouTube, but this channel in particular, I've only been doing for, when did I first publish? Yeah, November 29th. That's like only slightly longer than a month ago. So given that, plus this is only my third stream. I unlisted my first stream, by the way. Yeah, there's like not a whole lot of history to go by. So I get it. Let me see what we got. Like clicked. Yeah, I saw that one. People watch. Oh yeah, I saw that one too. Double tap for free. Nice. Mama loves you. There you are. Only 8 away from 100. Yeah. I mean, it'd be really cool to reach 100 by today. That'd be awesome, dude. Like some of the people in Sunny's chat, come over here, subscribe. Don't even like. Just hit the subscribe button. I don't care if you don't watch anything I make. Just do it. No, it's okay. But no, it's cool, man. Like, that'd be cool to be able to hit it by today. That'd be great. I mean, if not, it's okay. It's gonna happen. But mom for top wrench, she's got skills. I just don't want like a crazy ton of moderation. I don't really need that on this channel, right? I'm pretty lax about how channels go. I don't even mind if people troll. It's kind of whatever, right? That's engagement in of itself, right? Someone feels like trolling, like I'll give you a little time to do it before I ban you, or give someone permission to ban you. But otherwise, you just clicking and then trolling is engagement, and that engagement helps drive the algorithm. Plus, sometimes it's amusing. Like I've had experience with trolls in the past. They would find like really retarded ways to like use slanderous terms to name my channel something different, like, oh, the gay man, the whatever, the Nazi, the some other crazy shit. And I actually thought it was fucking hysterical. It was pissing a lot of other people off because, like, oh, what's up? Why are all these trolls here? Ban the trolls. And I would see it and be like, shit's funny. Like, yeah, I'll ban them, but it's like it's amusing in a way too. Plus, they're helping me out, right? Yeah, trolls help the algorithm. And there's a lot of fucking trolls on this platform, right? Millions upon millions of trolls means there's millions upon millions of accounts boosting people's algorithms. So even though I don't love trolling in of itself, I like the fact that I'm actually getting something out of it. You know what I mean? It's a mindset thing. Some people just get so goddamn discouraged over it and they take it to heart. And it's like, don't take it to heart so much, man. These people don't know who you are. They don't know your struggle. They don't know nothing about you. They're just pulling it like they're just grasping for straws to try to make you feel like shit about yourself. But even though you can't really control how people treat you, but to some extent you can control how it makes you feel. If it's just a stupid dumb troll on the internet, who gives a fuck, right? Turn the computer off, turn your phone off, go outside, do something, or just ban them. I don't know. It is what it is, man. Let's see. I suggest making green screen logo smaller. I can't make the logo itself smaller with the green screen. But the reason why I have the vertical, so 916 format, the phone format, it puts these streams in the shorts feed, right? Because we know that YouTube is pushing shorts. So I'm going to chase whatever YouTube is wanting us to do to try to help promote us. So that's why I use this format. Like 16:9 format could be popular, but I think a lot of the time you already have to have an established audience. We're not quite there yet, but we'll get there. Maybe during those times, or if I'm like doing something that would benefit from having more, like having a larger screen, maybe. I've done that before. My other channel, I used to like play video games on it. And most of the time I used the 16:9, so horizontal format, just because like you get to see the full experience of the game that way. But here it's like, the background is whatever. Like nobody fucking cares. Just go to my channel and you'll see it in the background. It's whatever. But it still looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. It looks better than just having a big ass green drop, like a blank green screen drop behind me. Trolling the trolls is entertaining. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just words. Yeah. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Unfortunately, there's tons of people that seem to forget about that. They seem to forget the idea that, like, words in of themselves don't really mean anything. I think the assertion behind words can have meaning, but the actual words they're just fucking words. Like, I can say dildo, and what the fuck does that even mean? Right? What is the context? What is the assertion with me saying dildo or me saying BPA free or cell phone? It doesn't mean anything inherently. Words are just fucking words, man. Now, again, like if there's some kind of assertion, incitement behind it, sure, that can mean something, but like even still, that can be debatable. Like a troll goes around trying to harass people. It's like, okay, well, your harassment doesn't fucking mean anything. It's beneath me. What's going on, random gal? Just block the trolls. It's easy. Yeah. Like, I'll let the trolls go on their tangent if any of them would show up, and then just block them. It's like, all right, well, your time's up. Bye. When trolls spam constantly, that becomes an issue because would you want to legit participate in chat? Well, sure. I mean, I've had experiences with my previous channel where like the same one or two people would make like 10, 15 accounts simultaneously trolling. Like, yeah, when it gets to that point, it gets annoying. Sure. But again, block, move on. Eventually they'll stop. And when they stop, what are they going to do? They're going to find someone else. That's just how they operate. They're like vultures, right? I made an analogy yesterday I think it was yesterday anyway. Yeah. They're like vultures, right? Vultures trying to find a carcass that they can pick at. But they're going to be less likely to pick at a carcass that doesn't give a fuck about them or could actually retaliate back. Like if you got a pack of lions or a pack of hyenas just feasting on a carcass. When vultures see that, they're going to get deterred and try to find another one instead that they can try to get their way with. So that's how I see trolls. Trolls are basically just vultures. What do vultures do? They feed off scraps that they can take advantage of. That's exactly what trolls do. But yeah, just like I said, running Sunny's chat. Oh, she's up to 473 now. Cool. Let me link her channel. I linked it earlier today, but I'll link it again. I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed to her channel, but you can take the link and you can shove it where the sun don't shine. No, I'm kidding. You can pass it around, whatever. Right? What goes around comes around. Am I right? What goes around comes around. 27 to go for Sunny Chronicles. I like to call her Sunny Cornsicles because that's like a pun with corn. Plus, some of you guys might know corn. That's like a big running gag with me and channels that I've done before. But anyway, here's Sunny's channel. If you guys want to check her out, if you haven't already, show her some love. Hit that subscribe button. Put a bunch of corn cobs in her chat because that kind of engagement also helps drive the algorithm, push her stuff out to more people. So there you go. Keto Simple. Who is that? Dude, see, they're a moderator for Sunny. I don't think I've seen them before. No, MB is there. I think, yeah, MB was here earlier, right? I know MB was here. No, MB didn't show up yet. Huh. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. They showed up yesterday, so that was cool. Forgot to put eye drops in. Oh. Like, I got pretty good eyesight. Just my eyes can get a little tired out from staring at these screens so much, you know. Actually, I'm pretty much like the only person in my family. We're basically a family of three. Very small family. I'm like the only one that actually has decent eyesight anymore. My mom and my brother, they have to wear prescriptions. They don't have very good eyesight. Lucky me, I guess. I don't know. So I digress. Let's see. Mary's Gigs is on the road to 1,000. Yeah, what is she? How many subs does she have now? She is at 699. Okay. So I don't know if everybody in this chat, well, there's only 2 people now, but excuse me. I think there were like 4 or 5 before. We had a decent amount of people show up, but for anyone that may or may not have been subscribed to Mary's Gigs, she's at 699. Let's get her to 700 by the next 5 minutes. How does that sound? I'll link her profile in the chat as well. Mary's Gigs, get her another sub. She'll be up to 700 by tonight. And, you know, the thing with Mary, too, she has the watch hours. She has, like, I think she said, like, 4,500 or something like that. She's got hella watch hours. But now she needs the subs. It's, you know, it's cool because it's, like, these different, you know, gig tubers, people in this gig community, it's like they have different criteria that they need to meet to get monetized, right? You got Sunny who needs the subs. She almost has the watch hours, but she needs the subs. You got Nicole who has the watch hour, or she has the subs, but not the watch hours. You've got Mary that has the watch hours, but not the subs. And, you know, interesting dynamic, I guess. Subbing to people and tuning into this stuff for different reasons or different quantities of different things. Yeah, I think I've seen Presley like once here before. Let's see Presley stop by. Yeah, it looks like Sunny is in Walmart right now. That's cool. Working on a spark order. Nice. Chessie's Adventures. Looks like she uploaded video. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's about 5 o'clock now, and I'm gonna make dinner pretty soon. So I guess I'll be wrapping up the stream. Plus, it's starting to get kind of slow and boring. So that's all good. In the meantime, let me pop up my banners and stuff, and then I'll shout everybody out. But pretty much, that's all I got for now. I spoke a little bit about some of my experience with the mountain bike, using the mountain bike to do gig work right now, because my e-bikes, I got to wait for parts to get them fixed up and back on the road. But we're still hustling, making do with what I got. Carefully, of course, right? I don't want to regress with, me healing from the injury that I had not too long ago. I don't want to regress or make anything worse for myself. So we got that going on, and starting to live stream more because I have some more spare time. And I'm trying to figure out some time slots during the day, whenever I just feel like streaming. Not really a lot of people online today. Like, not even just my own stream, but it seems like Sunny's stream, she doesn't have too many people online. So again, that tells me a lot of people are just out working. They're preparing for work. That's get it. Like, I get it, man. That's fine, right? You got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. But yeah, I'll pretty much wrap up the stream, I'd say right about now, give or take. So if you guys have enjoyed the stream, if you guys like my content, you appreciate my contributions to this gig community, any of that stuff, then hit that subscribe button, give the video a lick, share it with family, friends, colleagues. Ring that Taco Bell, that way you get notified the next time I upload, the next time I stream, the next time I do anything. And leave a comment in the comment section down below. For anyone that doesn't know what a comment is, it's a comment, right? It's just a punny way of saying comment because it has corn. Because corn is, big lump of knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. Can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Those are all free and appreciative ways that you can help support my channel, and that you can help support some of my fellow gig tubers channels as well. And don't forget to check out playlists I have on my channel. Run those playlists into the ground, baby. Let's get those public watch hours, bump them up, because we're on the road to monetizing this channel. We're definitely going to get there. We got other people on the road to monetizing too, trying to help give them the boost that they need as well, by just showing up to their streams, running it in the background, giving the video a lick, leaving a comment of some sort, stuff like that, sharing their links and playlists. They're doing that with me. I'm doing that right back with them. You give what you get what you give, you reap what you sow. What goes around goes around. Am I right? Yes. Because I am right. I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong. No, I'm kidding. I'm wrong sometimes. But that stuff aside, you want to show super support for your boy. Excuse me. You want to show super support for your boy, you can visit my link tree, at Mike the Corn King on Linktree. Got resources where you can help me out, and I've got resources where I can help you out. And before I go, let's highlight everybody that showed up today. We got a total of 9 people that came today, so that was neat. Starting with Tornado Garden. And my buddy Ulf from Norway. He doesn't do gig work, but him and we got some decent history with YouTube. He's a cool guy. He also helps provide the AI artwork, such as the one that's in the background, and a lot of the artwork that you see in my videos. He also has a music project he's working on. It's called Timothy Toyo. I gotta remember to link his stuff too, but I'll put his stuff in the links in the chat next time I stream. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, he's a cool dude as well. And Mama Loves You is also here, sent by Tornado Garden. So see, right? Things come full circle. What goes around comes around. Gotta love it. And then Stardashian's Misadventures was here. We had Zenda. Fran was here for a hot minute. Sunny Cornsicles has been here. I know she says like she is running the live stream even if she's not actively participating, which is totally fine. Like I said, just run it and you're good to go, right? Give it a lick, run it, say hi. If you got to bounce, that's fine. Because I know she's working right now, so that's cool. Plus, she's got her own stream going on. And Pig's Dream, he was here as well. And then last but not least, Random Gal popped in for a minute, so that was neat. So yeah, that's pretty much everybody that was here. And that's pretty much the stream, right? We went about 3 hours. I think that's enough for 10 public watch hours. Not including any replays. Because replays can also count towards watch hours too, for anybody that missed. Overall views was decent. Not too bad. We got about 50. That's not too bad. And, all right, about 8.5 public watch hours. Not too shabby. That's fine. Right? It'll probably creep up a little more by the time I end the stream. So, and whatever, right? Those contributions will add up over time. And before I know it, your boy will be monetized. And that would be heckin' dope. So yeah, on that note, glad you guys stopped by. I'll catch you next time. Hasta la vista, baby. Take care, guys.